So I'm going to get us started with this strategy, I see, I think, I wonder. And this was taken from Harvard Education Department. They came up with this strategy and provided the steps for it. But you would display an image or an artifact for your students, ask students to consider what they see, think, and wonder, and then students share out in partners. Then you can bring those partners back and facilitate a discussion and record ideas. So why might we use this strategy? It facilitates deeper discussions, it encourages interpretation and inferences, it stimulates curiosity, and it would be great for the beginning of a unit or a lesson. Now, as we think about a hybrid setting, some tools you might use to facilitate this would be having your asynchronous students or your students at home respond on Flipgrid in pairs, using a Jamboard if they're fluent readers and writers, or using a flipped classroom model where you have your students practice this strategy at home, take all their notes and ideas down, and then bring that into the classroom so that they can have their discussion in the classroom together. So let's give this a try. I'm going to share a link to a Jamboard, and we are going to go into breakout rooms very, very briefly. Actually, I don't think we're going to have time for that. So I'm just going to share the link to this Jamboard, and you're going to independently add your ideas. So you can claim a slide by adding a sticky note with your name. And we're going to pause after each question to give you time to focus on just that sense, seeing, thinking, and wondering. So in just a moment, I'll display the photo for you, and then you can add your thoughts to those columns within the Jamboard. Okay, and on the next slide, we have the image for you. What do you see in this photo? And try to restrict your comments to just that sense. Just the tangible details. And then we'll move to the next column. What do you think is going on? So this is the inferencing. And then finally, what does it make you wonder? What questions do you still have? What more information do you need? Okay, so you could see how even this image could be something that you start to use with your students in our virtual setting. Letting them start to conceptualize hybrid learning and what that looks like can help them make that transition. And then they can carry this practice into the hybrid setting, and they could start to formulate these ideas in a Flipgrid or a Jamboard and share ideas with students who are at home. Now, some variations of this could be, when we go back to our slides, thank you, Kathy. Some variations of this could be groups of words or photos. So I took like some phonics words. They all have beginning blends at the beginning. Or for vocabulary, I found images that represent some vocabulary words. And then getting students to start to identify similarities and differences among those photos. You can use math graphs or just a photo from a text or even videos. So there's tons of possibilities, and I'm going to